We're just mostly just really an athletic family. There's definitely a competitive aspect to it. We gotta be the best, even if it's in the family.
Libby, she was just getting so good. I said, babe, I'm afraid I'm gonna start holding you back.
I felt pretty good all season. Like, I felt like my workouts were going well.
The whole season, she was being written about. Number 3, flow track in the beginning. Number 2, returning senior. They're already writing about that. So there's a lot of hype.
Every now and again during the season, I would feel like something in the warm-up. It felt like a bruise, like on my pelvis. And then by regionals, it was more apparent that something was there.
Runners to your mark.
We started getting clues into Libby's injury at the regional meet.
Hey, Libby, pocket gear.
It was the first time I was like, oh, I can feel something. It was about maybe a half mile to go. I remember being like, oh, this is probably not that good.
What Libby said to me at the end was, I felt it during the race. I felt my hips during the race. That was the first time that's ever happened.
Libby had to be carried from the finish line back to the team tent. And that was really scary. That was the first sign that things were not going well.
So we got in to see an orthopedic surgeon and took some x-rays and basically called it tendinitis.
It was hard to move much. That's kind of when the plan was just to cross-train and hope for the best and be recovered enough for states.
State championship's a big deal in Lynchburg. The school's been around for 120 years, and we've never won a state title in cross country.
It's something that we've wanted all 4 years. We've been right on the cusp every year. We had 2 fast freshmen come in, and we have 3 people running in college leaving this year. So we just felt like if we were gonna do it, it was this year. If I ran at states, it meant that I wasn't gonna be able to run at nationals. I can't even tell you the amount of times I've had like that vision of like me like crossing the line full locker my senior year, just having like the greatest race of my life. But I don't want to look back and have any regrets and feel like I didn't do everything I could for my team. Going into the race, they could tell I was concerned. I remember saying this to one of my teammates. I would just be more confident if I knew where I stood right now. But once we got there, it was go time. You could really see how driven everybody was, and we were definitely all working our hardest for each other. The issues didn't really occur until like the end.
At first it was sort of heartbreaking watching a couple people pass her that have never really been near her before.
I think I was around like 2.6. I just felt just like this kind of grinding feeling in the left side of my hip and being like, oh, that's not good.
When the pain started to kick in about mile 2, 2.5, at that point, I began to have serious doubts that she was even going to be able to finish the state meet. Brooke ran up to her. They actually talked on the course. They were running beside each other. And Brooke was encouraging Libby to run, saying over and over, Libby, you can catch her, you can catch her. And Libby just looked at Brooke and said, no, Brooke, you can catch her.
I just tried to hang on to her until the end. Once Brooke finished, then I finished, we turned around, the whole team was there. It was insane. Everyone PR'd.
From the second she finished, Libby literally couldn't walk. I came in and picked her up, and she was crying, and I'm crying, and I'm, it's okay, baby, you did such a good job. And Libby said, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm like, no. How the heck can you be sorry? You just put everything on the line. You left everything out there. You did the best job we've ever seen. It was awesome.
I was lying on the ground and they were like, we won! And so we were all, like all my teammates were right there and we were all really excited.
When we scored it after the race was over, if Libby did not run, we would not have won the state championship.
I don't think things would have gone the same way if all of us weren't there. First girl to the seventh girl, every one of us matters. It was definitely a day to remember. All my teammates worked so hard this year, so it was definitely one that we felt like we deserved.